Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your Fly Tech guy, Mark, and today I'm doing the complete review of the Autel Evo right over there, and it's been a great drone, so make sure you guys stay tuned because I got a lot coming your way. Alright, so let's talk price. First things first, the drone costs $9.99, and that's actually a great price for what you get. So the drone comes with a great controller that has a 3.3-inch OLED display built in, so you don't need an external device to see what the drone sees, which is a huge perk. And this drone also films at 4K 60 frames per second, which is, again, something that is a huge perk that you don't get on a lot of other consumer drones. So let's talk about the camera first. Like I said, it's a 4K 60 frames per second camera, which for me is great. So something I love to do would be slowing down a great shot at 60 frames per second and making it 30 frames per second, but making it look so much more smooth than what 60 frames per second would be. So here's a shot. It's one of my favorite shots. This is 30 frames per second. It's a shot of a waterfall, so take a look. And look at how much smoother it is than the shot I'm about to show, which is 60 frames per second. Personally, it's much more appealing to the eye than this other shot is. So if you came from the X-Star Premium like I did, the software on the Autel Evo is a huge upgrade. I didn't like the Starlink app as much as I love the Autel Evo Explorer app. So it comes with dynamic track, orbit, you get viewpoints, waypoints, and you can shoot in a VR headset if you like, and then obviously just a regular camera mode. These modes are much more improved than they were on the X-Star Premium, and the app is continually getting updates, which is great, and it's much better than what I experienced on the X-Star Premium. So the orbit mode has been working perfect for me so far. I haven't had any the twitching motion that some people said they got when the drone first came out. Obviously, software updates patched that right up, and that mode has been working perfect for me. Here's a quick clip of me using it in the field one day. Let me know what you guys think about it. So the next two softwares we're going to talk about are Dynamic Track and Viewpoint. Now these softwares have worked fairly well for me. Let's talk about Dynamic Track first. That one has worked pretty well, and one thing that I do have a complaint about is when I go under the drone. So if I go right back at the drone actually will stop tracking me, and it will just hover there and wait for me to get back into the image of the drone. So it won't actually track you and turn around as it goes and then keep tracking you if you go under the drone. So that's one thing that I wish it would be able to do, but there is an option to turn on to have the drone fly backwards when you do approach the UAV, but sometimes you may not want that because there could be obstacles behind that it can't avoid if it was facing you. The next thing about dynamic track is when you go through something. Let's say you go through a tree and it gets in the way of the Evo. Sometimes the Evo has trouble retracking this image, and it usually does a good job, but just be aware if you are going to use this, sometimes it will just miss you and not track you after you go through that tree or that tunnel, wherever you may be going. And that could get a little frustrating sometimes. It's happened to me a few times, but that's just something we got to live with. The software doesn't always work perfectly. So let's talk about viewpoints. This is another software that I love to use, and it is when you click on the screen, and wherever you click, the drone will fly directly straight to that point. So you may ask why you need to do this. Say you're working a real estate gig and you want to fly directly to the door. You can click with the viewpoints, fly directly to the door straight. You won't have to worry about it moving left or right on accident. It will fly straight to the door, and then you can transition into the inside of the house, and that'll be a great transition for your video that you make for the realtor, or for maybe a business that you do a video for. So this is definitely a big software that I like. It's a big upgrade coming from the X-Star Premium software. So this is something that I do like and I do use a lot. So another thing that I do really appreciate about this drone is the controller. So this is my controller right here. It may look a little different than yours because I took the X-Star Premium's tablet holder or phone holder, whatever you want to call it, and I put it on the Autel Evo's controller so that I can hold my little tablet that I have. But something that I love about this controller is the 3.3-inch OLED display. I think it's great to have when you accidentally forget, maybe say the cord to plug in your tablet or your phone. You can see everything from right here, and then you can use not the software, but you can use all the different modes that it gives you within precision mode, ludicrous mode, standard mode. You can change all your video options from here, all your picture options from right here. So it is a great thing to have an OLED display in your controller and not having to pay extra for a third-party controller. Alright guys, so that pretty much sums up my review of the Autel Evo. Like I said, this is a great drone and I've loved it so far. So if you're in the market for a drone, definitely put this in your options. If you're coming from DJI, be aware of the software, like I said, but it still is great software and it has an amazing camera on it. So just remember that. If you want that 1-inch sensor, then obviously the Mavic 2 Pro or the Phantom 4 series is the way to go. Just remember those are much more expensive, so you have to look at what fits your budget. There will be a link in the description for this drone down below, so take a look at that. And it's your Fly Tech guy, Mark. I'll see you guys in the next one.